Welcome into Bountiful High School for KSL Sports. Game of the week is special for you as the Bountiful Redhawks sitting undefeated in region play. Oh, prepare to take on the Viewmont Vikings. We're joining us in this game, Stuart, by Coach Ron Mason. And Coach, this game, it's a rivalry game with Viewmont and Bountiful. 2 games back, they're sitting in third. How do you try to control the emotions in a game like we have here this evening?
Well, especially where this is the second time around. I think that no matter what, this game is going to help Viewmont because it's going to help them in the RPI regardless of what the results are. And so if I'm the coach, that's what I'd be telling our team. We just want to compete. We still want to take a step and get better so that we're headed in the right direction come the state tournament. So regardless, this game is going to be important for both teams.
You talk about the second time around. They did play already. Bountiful came away with a 63-50 win. It was a 19-10 fourth quarter that really created the separation. Viewmont competed with them throughout that game. So if you're Coach Gardner coming in, what is your message to your team where you were right there with them through 3 quarters?
Yeah, I'd say start it from the very beginning and let's try to put 4 quarters together. I mean, that's the thing with any basketball game. There's some inconsistencies, right? And as you get closer to the tournament, you want to try and cut down on the inconsistencies, and make sure that you're putting together a whole game. So that's why have a strong start and try to keep that momentum going through each quarter.
It's a Viewmont team. They come in at 11-6 overall, 6-2 in region. They got a lot of depth of scoring. Mara Mickelson, the senior, averages 16 a game. Mary Carr averages 10. Mickelson went for 16 and 10 in that first game. Peterson had 10 and 6, as did Carr. There's good balance to this Viewmont roster. Meanwhile, for Bountiful, they're led by Taylor Harvey, the senior multi-sport athlete. What a year she's had, 17 and 6 for her. Satwala averages 14, and Mae Johnson, a walk-in double-double at 12 and 10. She is an unheralded player for Bountiful. Boy, she does so many good things. 2 very talented rosters. We prepare to tip off here on KSLSports.com. Want to remind you, the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times we start early, stop it late to keep it synced up with the official clock here in the gym. Bountiful in the home whites, Viewmont in the road black, as the Vikings starting here in a zone defense. Skipped across. This is Harvey. Good ball movement to find Johnson. That shot just a touch strong. Satwala misses. And the putback good for Mae Johnson.
Securing another offensive rebound, which is securing another possession for the team.
Boy, and a couple offensive rebounds on that possession too. And love the ball movement there early.
Well, that's 3 possessions to one of Viewmont's. You know?
Yeah. A little shot there from 6. Won't go for Carr. Rebound to Bountiful. Redhawks coming on the run. Orm comes over with Satwala.
Viewmont staying in their zone. Oh, great high-low pass.
Another bucket for Johnson. She's got both field goals for Bountiful here in the early going.
She used her body so well right there to secure that pass. It was a great finish.
On the run, this is Lindsay. And draws the contact there. No, my apologies. I missed the call. They called that a turnover.
And some high pressure from Viewmont right there. Ooh, almost with the steal.
Yeah, that's what teammates are for right there. Over to Johnson once again. 6 early points for Mae. Bountiful continuing with that pressure here. Two-time defending state champions, the Redhawks. They've been tested, proven, been playing really good basketball as of late as well. We'll get into that as the game continues. So here's Mickelson, leading scorer for Viewmont. Little step back here. That's a long 2. Touch strong, and Johnson with the rebound. Up the floor quickly. Finds his way to Satwala. That's a tough pass. Taken away. Mickelson, boy, running out of room, somehow fed that along that sideline. Works inside and scored by Carr.
Yeah, it was like the perfect thread right in there. Get that pass down low.
I thought she was going to run out of room. I thought she was going to be out of bounds.
I thought Bountiful was going to trap her right up.
Yeah. Bountiful up the other way. Harvey over to Johnson, blocked away.
Oh, that was a good transition on Bountiful. Great hands by Viewmont.
I think that was Lindsay who got the block there for the Vikings. Little 15-footer, no. Wait, maybe a quick shot there.
Probably a little bit rushed, yeah. I think it can take a little bit of time and set up your offense.
Stevenson works over Satuala. Up top, open three here for Adelaide. Shot won't go. Harvey,
Another
the board.
offensive rebound.
I mean,
They're using their body well.
Rebounding's about desire. When you see the length of Taylor Harvey's like, well, it's not all desire.
For sure. There's some talent definitely out of those tall girdles in there.
She just up and over. Takes a rebound away, gets fouled.
She used her height to her advantage.
Carr called for the personal.
Is that her first?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, first of the game.
Good on the first. One more here for Taylor. Yeah.
Another offensive rebound.
Another offensive rebound. And Harvey gets it to go.
I always say if you're going to give them that many chances, they're likely to make one.
They got to have, what, 6 offensive boards?
At least, minimum. A good trap. It looks like they got called for the foul, though.
Now we're just 3 minutes in. Been an impressive display of Bountiful on the glass.
Mm-hmm. I mean, rebounding has given them that many more possessions.
Bountiful's been pressuring too, and Viewmont really hasn't been able to take advantage of that yet. They have the one bucket off of that press, but other than that, it's been pretty effective at slowing down Viewmont.
It has slowed down their offense. Yeah, Bountiful's keeping that pressure high.
A dangerous pass there, found its way through to Mickelson, blocked by Harvey. Looking up the floor for Johnson.
Transition.
Oh, she gave it up. Viewmont trying to push the other way. Mickelson, no.
Ooh, couldn't quite finish.
Boy, a rare miss there for Mara. Satuala working around that D.
Split the defense.
Vikings and called dual possession there. Took an extra step there, but
I think it could have gone either way, honestly, whether the jump ball or the foul, or the travel. Whatever was first, right? Which is what the referees will call.
Here comes Mickelson. That time Carr, Terminator dribble, finds Layton. High post, Carr handing off, down the lane, blocked away. Johnson and Harvey both there for Bountiful. Harvey looking up the floor. Orm, no.
Another offensive.
Foul going to be called here on Carr. That's going to be her second. How do you try to take away teams' effectiveness on the offensive glass?
Honestly, just pushing them out of the way. I mean, that's getting your body lower so that you have that advantage if you're in front of them, especially if they're taller. It's hard to do that, especially when you have girls that have the length not only in their body but the length also in their arms.
There's technique to that too, right?
For sure.
You can't just go in and body them out.
No, yeah, because that's a foul, right? Yeah. And it's hard to get that position early on, but defensively, that's what you'd want to try and do.
Is that just a matter of getting a body on them earlier and not allowing them to get so deep or so close to the rim?
Yeah, and so close to the rim. Because that's what I always just tell the players, like, you want to be 5 feet out because chances are, statistically, that the rebound's going to come that far, right? And I feel like Viewmont's getting a little sucked in, and so then it's falling right into Bountiful's hands.
Up the floor here, Mickelson. Here's Peterson. No drive taken away. Boy, Bountiful, their defense right now is just up in the face, contesting everything.
It seems like they're really trying to keep it out of Mickelson's hands.
Well, and nothing's getting to the paint even, right?
Sure.
Everything's outside. Shot clock down to 2. And Johnson got a piece of that. That's been an impressive start for this Bountiful D. 3 to go. Here's Satuala, works back up. Johnson into the corner. Oh, Harvey.
Great cut.
Maybe got a piece from behind there from Gold and a dual possession here.
Count that as another offensive rebound. Another possession. Oh, the clock just went out on this side. Oh, we're good.
See, and I was actually thinking about that the other day, Coach. Is it a gain of the possession error, or is it a loss of the possession? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I can see what you mean.
You can really view that either way. As Satuala with a little baseline J there.
Great shot.
4 different scorers here for Bountiful in this opening quarter.
Yeah. That makes it hard to defend if you're Viewmont.
It sure does. A little help from the screen there. That shot touched strong off the window. And Bountiful on the run. Oh, that pass just a touch too strong.
But looking to get going early, making Viewmont have to transition defensively. It's interesting the pressure that Bountiful's keeping on Viewmont.
Well, and the interesting thing is we talk about that first game and that big fourth quarter for Bountiful. It was a 10-point lead after 1 for Bountiful in that first game. It was a strong second quarter for Viewmont. They actually had a halftime lead, the Vikings did. So if I'm Bountiful, it's like come out, send a message, and I would expect that this pressure and intensity maintains through the second quarter as well.
Yeah, through the game.
Peterson. Here's Gold. Sophie trying to get past Stevenson. Shot clock winding down again. Tough shot is a touch strong. Johnson with the clear. Satuala sends out. Stevenson with room for 3. No.
Long rebound.
Harvey couldn't get that to go. Harvey trying to create the steal, and we'll get another dual possession. There's no give up in Bountiful right now.
Well, they're just being relentless. Yeah. I mean, even they didn't secure the rebound, but then they're right up there in the backcourt getting a hand on it.
I mean, against a lot of opponents, you get bored there, and you think, okay, I've got time for a clear here. And Tim Hurt's
nope.
like, nope.
Not so much.
Staying right here. And that pass couldn't be handled. Pressure doing its job.
That Bountiful pressure is being effective.
And Viewmont going to take a timeout. Coach Gardner needing to settle down the troops. 13-2. Bountiful basketball after that Viewmont turnover. Viewmont back in that zone. The final minute here of the opening quarter. Satuala.
I didn't see the first game, but did the middle give Viewmont a lot of problems? Because they tend to do a really good job defending that middle. Yeah,
I did not see that game either. Satuala pulling up there. No, and a clear here from Selenet.
It's a good rebound. So that'll give Viewmont some confidence.
Get it across the timeline there. Good help defense there by Harvey stepping up. There's a foul called here. That's one of the things I think if you're Viewmont, hey, like attack a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Make them have to play some defense.
Team foul. Bountiful. Was this foul called on? They call on.
Looks like it.
Yeah, that's not right.
That can't be. That can't be her third.
Looking at the board, that's not right. At the line, Selenet making the first. One more here. That's the ball. See if Bountiful can get one more look here. Oh, Viewmont with the steal.
Here's the possession.
Countdown on, selling it. Handing off. Gold. Tough shot. Oh, almost banked it in. First quarter in the books. 13-4 Bountiful. Their intensity, delivering a 9-point lead after one. Start of our second quarter. Bountiful will have the possession. Dane Stewart, Coach Sharon Mason. Coach, your thoughts on that opening quarter?
Bountiful came out in a really strong start. They secured more possessions for themselves by giving some offensive rebounds. It seemed like Viewmont started to kind of settle in right at the end of the quarter, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here.
Do you like, given the intensity that Bountiful's had and their ability to get rebounds, attack the glass, do you like this zone here for Viewmont?
Honestly, that's the very first thing that I thought. It's like, oh, they're staying in this zone. And I really wonder the context of that first game. But,
long two
it seems kind of like, that Bountiful's kind of running it how they want, so.
That's the thing. If you're patient, you can find those areas in that zone,
openings,
right?
Yeah.
Here's a three on the other end. Gold will try it. No. Been a tough shooting start for Viewmont. They've had contested looks. They haven't had a lot of easy ones, but
they've all been contested. Yeah.
I've not seen that go through the net frequently here in this opening half. On the drive there, and Johnson going to be called for the foul.
Both possessions right there for Viewmont, though, they're taking it on the inside. And
yes.
That's maybe going to help them to be a little bit more successful.
That was one of the things in the opening quarter. They'd kind of just barely get in and then it'd come back out.
Bring it back out, yeah.
Johnson called for the foul there. That's her second. See if Coach Burton leaves her on here. One more coming up here for Annie Layton. Coach, I've got a terrible streak going right now, so I just don't talk free throws when players are at the line.
Yeah, we talked about that last time we were doing Copper Hills.
It's bad. I'm full on like Captain Jinx. There's another foul called here. This is going to be on Harvey and be the first on Taylor. So back-to-back fouls here from Bountiful. This time it'll be Carr at the line. And Carr able to knock them both down. 8-point ball game. Free throws here, keeping Viewmont within range. Harvey, boy, maybe a little separation there. It was right in front of the Viewmont bench. They wanted to call, didn't get one.
Did.
Harvey sends a cross, that disrupted. Good read there by Peterson, coming up with the steal.
Their hands were high on that last defensive possession. Got a couple of deflections that led to the steal.
And they say Peterson stepped out there. And we've got a timeout taken here by Bountiful. 6.5 to go. We'll get our clock fixed for you. Timeout. Bountiful, they'll have the possession when we come back. Yeah, kind of first time we've seen them extend that pressure, huh?
Yeah, up into the half court. That's awesome. Looks like they drop back to their zone, but I love that they're keeping their hands high.
I mean, those active hands created the turnover on the last possession. Satuala, a little jumper there. No. But look at how many Redhawks are around that basketball. Going to be called for the foul here.
That was a good aggressive rebound by Viewmont. So 3-team fouls here on Bountiful. Just one more to give here in this half. That knocked away. A defensive half creating it. Here's a three, no. Offensive board from Satuala, able to go off the glass. That was a great finish.
That pressure, Bountiful, that one rolls out. It will stay Viewmont possession.
Yeah, that pressure is giving Viewmont some trouble.
It
they
is.
need to kind of settle themselves, then get the right pass.
Boy, they have numbers here working up for Lindsay. That all started with the move in the backcourt. A nice little kind of step out, created that lane up the middle, and you've got numbers.
She created that little jab step, give herself some room.
Orm tried to outlet that.
Hands again with Viewmont. Good job.
You can see Viewmont just trying to like stem the tide a little bit, right? Like just hang with them. Right?
One possession at a time.
Malaya Nelson is checked in here for the Redhawks. Looking inside, that's deflected out. Last touch by Harvey. Boy, I didn't see that one.
It's a little questionable.
Official is right there. Bountiful bench is surprised. Fans surprised, I'm surprised. But and now Harvey going to be called for the foul.
Is that her second?
Yeah. So Harvey with 2, Johnson with 2. And that's the 4th Bountiful team foul. So every foul after this,
here,
Viewmont's to the line.
We're shooting. So if you're Viewmont, you're taking it in.
Yeah, you stay aggressive,
trying to draw
right?
that foul, yeah. And like you said, maybe you can see the ball go in, creates a little bit more offense for themselves.
And they work it inside.
Great ball movement.
I don't know. You see a little confidence growing in Viewmont here?
Well, you said last time that their second quarter was one of their best, so that's kind of what we're seeing here.
6-point ball game. Here's Harvey. Works to Satuala. Well, that's a great play by Bountiful, right? Stretch that defense out, cut her down the lane.
I love cuts down the lane. When the teammate you make that connection from the passer to the scorer. With Viewmont, though, she was making sure on that foul that she was not going to score.
So to the line here will be Malika Satuala. First one rimmed out for the junior. One more. Splits the trip. That one deflected away. Boy, maybe a kick there.
Definitely a loose ball.
Here's Satuala. Sent across, but hey, officials part of the floor. But it will be Viewmont basketball.
Well, the rule is that the official is part of the floor and part of the game, so it's how it goes.
Here's Mickelson. The leading scorer has not scored yet tonight. Oh, nice seal. Not too strong. Offensive board from Carr. Lane opened up. Good deflection there by Nelson. Long jumper. It's Sophie Gold for 2.
That's good patience by Viewmont right there, just to stick with it and keep driving in until they got the shot they wanted.
It's a good set for Viewmont. They got a couple real good opportunities.
Some good looks coming off those screens.
Satuala able to get that up and in.
She's doing a great job. She's finishing well around the basket. It's nice to see that.
Bountiful with another steal. Looking for Harvey. A little 10-footer off the glass is good. And do we have a foul? Yes. It's going to go on Stevenson. And we've got a warning being given here to the Bountiful bench.
Are they coming onto the floor? Is that what they're warning them of?
Yeah, I think they had an assistant who was out of the box.
Oh, gotcha.
It's getting a little chirpy, isn't it?
It's getting a little heated, a little intense.
His first free throw here from Sophie Gold is good. She's got one more. And Gold, ooh, just missed that one. Rebound secured by Satuala, Bountiful basketball. Nelson kicks out, good ball movement. Harvey looking to Satuala from 4 feet, no. Rebound by Peterson, there's that Bountiful pressure. And the steal, Taylor Harvey. Left it short, got her own miss. And just a touch strong, Harvey to the free throw line.
Relentless on the boards.
Yeah. She averages 17 and 6. I failed to look at how many steals per game she averages.
Yeah, but she's rebounding well. Yeah, 6.2 rebounds per game.
She's probably there already.
Yeah, I would guess. You're right. Between her and Satuala, I've been impressed with both of their rebounding abilities.
Here for Harvey. Make them both. Back to a 10-point lead here. Gold gives this to Lindsay. Now Peterson. In the corner, here's a three.
Just short.
And a foul called here on Viewmont. The long shots for Viewmont, be it a three or those long twos, it's been tough for them to dial in.
Yeah, they don't have, those are not high percentage shots for them right now.
Yeah. Foul on Peterson, her first. There's a third team foul on Viewmont. Skipped across, Nelson looking inside, Satuala turnaround is fouled, and it will be Satuala heading to the line now.
She is athletic. It's fun to watch her move, especially on the inside.
Mary Carr, that's her third. Free throw for Satuala is good. Yeah, I remember watching her as a freshman and be like, she's a freshman. And now she's a junior.
Now she's
Crazy
a junior,
how time flies, but very talented. She makes a ball.
Yeah, she's having herself a game. Bountiful's dropped back to the half court. Still keeping the pressure, but just not in the front court.
Here's Gold. Got the angle. Tried to kick out, was deflected, disrupted. As we're down to 2 to go here in this opening half. Oh, what a play. We talk about hustle and relentlessness. There it is exhibited.
Yeah, Viewmont thought that was going to go out, and Bountiful just stuck with it.
And a traveling violation will give it right back. Viewmont basketball. Oh, that knocked away. Good hands by Nelson. And foul here in the backcourt, and that'll be the 5th foul. So both teams shooting free throws. Final seconds. Peterson call for her second. Nelson, I don't have her as scoring yet tonight. Sophomore guard. 7 per game. Second one here for Malia. It's good. think the largest lead of the game here at 13. And that will go back to the Redhawks.
Every time that Viewmont has tried to take it in the last few possessions, Bountiful has had their hands right in passing lanes and kind of, just like you said, disrupted their offense.
Up with Harvey quickly. One minute to go. Gold on the drive. Into a pair of defenders, kicks it out. Boy, look at that help defense, and now a foul going to be called on the reach. Go on Orm. Said 24, but PA just said Nelson.
Nelson, yeah, probably.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, they switched it?
Yeah.
Oh, they did switch it.
2 free throws here for Selenet. Misses them both. And Bountiful with the rebound.
Quick transition.
Nelson to Satuala. That three just a touch strong. Boy. You always kind of hold your breath as Viewmont's trying to work through that pressure.
Yeah, on those cross-court passes, those are hard passes.
Yep.
Especially when Bountiful has been as aggressive with their hands as they have been.
Yeah. Well, and the incredible thing is how quickly Bountiful can work it up. It's like 2 passes at the rim without touching the floor.
Boom, yep.
And then for Viewmont, it's like just trying to get 12 feet
across half court. Yeah.
With how this Bountiful team is pressuring has been a challenge. That three long, tracked down by Mickelson. Shot clock down to 5 on the drive. Harvey with the block. And that deflected out of play. It'll be Bountiful basketball. 8 seconds to go here. It's been a 16-10 second quarter advantage for the Redhawks. They get it to Stevenson. Satuala for 3. Hits it at the horn. Malika Satuala capitalizes 10 points in the quarter for Satuala as the Redhawks take their largest lead of the game. 32-14 at the half. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Half, Dane Stewart, Coach Sharon Mason with you. 32-14, Bountiful with the lead. Coach, let's start with this. That 3 made by Satuala right at the break. How big is that for Bountiful? And is that like a crusher if you're Viewmont? Like, you've been on both sides of that.
Yes, on both ends. Honestly, for Bountiful, that is so much momentum going into the half and things you just want to keep building on. And for Viewmont, who honestly struggled in the first half, to have that right at the end as the buzzer goes off, that is deflating. Hopefully they can respond well. Hopefully they had a great halftime talk and were able to regroup together. So we'll see how that plays out here in the third quarter.
Like that idea there. Carr had kind of sealed the paint, but they couldn't get the ball to her. Harvey, meanwhile, on the offensive end, makes it an even 20-point lead as Harvey unofficially now in double figures with 10. Satuala had 12 in that first half. She was super impressive.
Especially in that second quarter. She had 10 of those points in the second quarter.
But the Bountiful defense, Coach, I mean, if you're Viewmont, we've seen them struggle to get up the floor. How do you try to combat that?
Honestly, with some patience. And we talked about this at the halftime, of trying to utilize your teammates and not leaving one where they're stuck in the trap from the Bountiful trap, or with that pressure that Bountiful's, relentless at giving.
Boy, Satuala being aggressive there. A couple bodies on the floor, no call. We just play on here.
I mean, there was a couple times in that first half where Viewmont was able to patiently get the ball to the right spot. If they can do that again, it's a good move.
Peterson there, able to get just beyond the lane, tries the contact. Second personal, Stevenson. called on the shot. So Callie Peterson to the free throw line here for Viewmont. Talk about this region. Region 5, Bountiful coming in 8-0. Clearfield at 7-1. Their only loss coming to the Redhawks, and then Viewmont sitting at third, 6-2 coming into this.
So their losses were to Bountiful and Clearfield. Okay. I mean, that makes it a competitive region.
It does.
It's fun.
Well, that's where, for me, I mean, you mentioned about the RPI before the game, Coach,
Yeah.
and, if you're Viewmont, your RPI is going to be strengthened because of opponents' winning percentage and so forth, but they still had a region title potentially at play tonight. You get a win here, you beat Clearfield, you need a little bit of help, but you're just a game back. But it certainly has not gone their way.
Yeah, I mean, it would put Bountiful a game back, which would, really be helpful.
They'd be tied with Clearfield, and that Bountiful Clearfield game would, in essence, be your region title potentially. So the foul called there on Layton. That's her second for Viewmont. Of course, it's crazy. We're on the cusp of February, and that bracket release show is just a couple weeks away. We will have that for you. Is Harvey able to hit the triple? That's her first three tonight.
And I haven't taken a look at the lower classifications, 1, 2, or 3A, but looking at 4, 5, and 6A, it's just so fun to see how competitive it's been.
Oh, goodness. A drive there by Lindsay was left just short. 2-on-1 here, up for Harvey. She'll lay it in and finish.
Great transition offense out of Bountiful. Looking up the floor, making, honestly, a pretty easy layup.
Harvey had I'm putting this in air quotes, quiet 8 points in the first half. She's got 7 here in the first 2.5 of this third. She's got 15 to lead all scorers.
Finding her rhythm.
Yes. It's fascinating. You can come join us as Harvey with the block there. She's having herself a ball game. Join us on KSL Sports this week for our girls video. We're going to have an interesting topic we'll talk about as they work into Johnson. And she gets the bucket and an opportunity here for a three-point play for Mae Johnson. Hadn't scored since that opening quarter. As Carr going to be called for her 4th personal foul here. But, Coach, you talked about looking at kind of the RPIs across different classifications. We have 3 undefeated teams left in the state. In case you missed it, Grantsville played Ridgeline this week. They were both undefeated. Ridgeline got a monster win. So there's 3 undefeateds left. Do you know them all?
I don't. Within the state?
Within the state.
So, no, I don't.
Oh, we got a technical given to the bench.
Oh, to the Bountiful bench.
There was a warning given to the bench in the first half, and now a technical given here. So I think that they shoot these first, and then they'll go shoot the technicals.
Yep. And then it'll be Viewmont ball.
Yep. So Johnson here to shoot the 1.
So you're saying the top 3
there's 3 undefeated left.
Teams. Yeah, who are
so,
they? So it's got to be Ridgeline.
1 is Ridgeline.
Yeah, Ridgeline.
Out of 4A as Johnson misses that one. We'll head down, and 2 free throws coming up here for Viewmont. There's another one in 4A. That's Snow Canyon.
Oh, interesting.
With Olivia Hamlin and company.
Yeah.
Super talented offensive group down there. The other one is, I'm going to call them overlooked.
And who is that?
The West Panthers.
Oh, they're
in
undefeated.
5A, they're still undefeated.
Well,
so,
I saw that in the RPI. I was looking last night and seeing how well they're doing within their region and their classification within 5A. I was impressed.
Yeah, they don't. It will be interesting to see how that translates come state tournament time because 5A is so strong at the top.
For sure.
We've seen Bountiful, Wasatch, Salem Hills, Timpview's tough.
Tough, yeah.
Even obviously West, Olympus can be a tough battle.
Yes.
Alta's got some scores. There's a lot of teams. I think 5A is going to be an absolute blast this year, but West still undefeated. So
that is really cool for them.
A feat that you just don't appreciate how difficult it is to do. Viewmont will have the ball here, swatted by Satuala, but she'll be called for the foul. And so it'll be more free throws coming up here for Viewmont.
Seems like Bountiful thought that was a great block.
Yeah. So this will be Peterson at the line.
I mean, if I'm a Viewmont fan, I say ball never lies.
Exactly. It is interesting because this is one of the real underappreciated rivalries in the state. Everyone up here knows it. You get a sense that this game it means a little extra tonight.
Well, you're both from the same city. Of course, that's going to create some added competition.
And the high schools up here, be it Woods Cross, Bountiful, and Viewmont, they're all with really close proximity. Nice work inside to Johnson there for the bucket.
Good feed pass from her teammate.
That knocked away. Bountiful, another steal.
Those deflections are giving them those steals.
I've not been tracking steals tonight. They got to be 10 or 12.
I would say the same thing, yeah, 10 or 12. Again, most of them have come from deflections first and then into a steal.
Yes. Satwala, that's a great use of the dribble to get it by that defense.
Again, her athleticism is just helping her out there.
3 different Redhawks now unofficially in double figures with Harvey Satwala and Mae Johnson.
Which again, as Viewmont, that makes it really hard to defend.
Really hard. Layton on the drive, just off the mark. How about running the floor with Orm? Count the bucket. Orm to the line for the three-point play.
I love those offensive transition points. Those are such fun plays to watch.
Well, and the thing that I appreciate about watching this Bountiful team is, like, even there's a lot of boys teams who wouldn't attempt that pass because you don't have a lot of room to fit that in, right? But that ball's on a rope, it's threaded, and it just sets Orm up with a great opportunity at the rim.
A great score right there. And finishing it with the free throw.
So 3-point play there for Abby Orm. And a 30-point game, my goodness. I did not have this on my bingo card driving up here this evening.
I would not have bet on that.
Ooh, gold, yep, got caught. So hard, she wanted to go to the corner there. She felt like she needed to jump to get that pass and then realized it's defended. You're stuck.
The Bountiful pressure makes that hard.
And one of the impressive things about this Bountiful group, you look at their last 3 games, talking about a group that's rising and playing their best basketball of the year. Their last 3 opponents, Roy, Woods Cross, and Box Elder. 2 of those are around 500 in this region. They've held that trio to under 25 points apiece in those games. So the defense, the steals, all that has been working. And then offensively, they've been scoring 60, 70 in those games. So both sides of the ball just playing really complete basketball right now for Coach Burton and Bountiful.
And that seems to be what's happening in this game tonight, too.
They're
just holding them defensively, but then getting out on those offensive transition and finding each other.
Sent out here with Lindsay. Kelsey able to track that down. Oh, good feed, but just couldn't possess it.
That was a great pass, dang it.
Great idea. And how about
Couldn't quite execute.
familiarity there? Mary Carr and Abby Orm getting a chuckle off of that one. Both players okay. And boy, I was called on Carr. That's her 5th.
That is her 5th. Yeah, so she's done.
Yeah, her game is complete. Wrong spot at the wrong time.
Yeah. Oh, that's early in the 3rd quarter. Dang it.
How about that movement to Orm?
It's what we call textbook.
Yeah.
That is textbook right there.
And that ball just barely even touches the floor.
Yeah, just boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
In the paint, traveled. Just that extra step at the end, that momentum, that defense, just disrupting the timing. Here's Orm. Coach, a longtime coach at Bingham, you've played against a lot of the top 5A, 6A teams. You watch this Bountiful team, the complete effort we're seeing tonight. How many teams have you seen that can execute like we've seen tonight on both ends of the floor?
I'm going to be honest, not many. Because usually a team has a strength, whether that's defense and they'll keep their opponents within a certain range, or it's that they can outscore their opponents consistently. And it's interesting to see that they can, like you said, do it on both ends. And exactly what we're seeing. I mean, they're close to 60 within the third quarter here, but holding their opponent down under 20. I mean, that's both ends of the floor. Johnson
there with the rebound. Harvey had hit that three. So she's got 10 points in this quarter, 18 in the game, looking for more, and she's got it. Taylor Harvey with 3 threes in this third quarter. She's got 21 in the contest.
She is feeling it.
And a timeout taken. 58-18, all Redhawks. Just over 90 seconds to go here in the third. And Bountiful outscored Viewmont by 9 in the first quarter and second quarter. This third quarter has been all Redhawks. Only 4 points for Viewmont. They've all come from the line. Just been a tough offensive end of the floor for the Vikings to get even looks.
Yeah, even to get a shot up. Yeah.
Bountiful foul here, called on Huff.
I think that is one that you're almost willing to get just because you're playing such aggressive defense.
Yeah. Well, and I don't, Bountiful, you think about that second quarter, they were, at 14 fouls very quickly in that, but they kept the intensity. It was like, look, this is how we're going to play tonight, right? And it's been to their advantage. As Viewmont will keep the possession as that was lost out. And talk about how good Bountiful's defense has been. Maria Mickelson, 16 a game, still has not scored. I don't remember her taking, I think she's taken one shot.
Has she taken one? I don't even remember
I think she took one to start this second half, but it was a tough shot. It was like a negative angle.
Was it contested?
Yes. That shot won't go. Satwala with the clear. Less than a minute to play here in the third. Harvey. I thought that might be a heat check moment.
It's going up.
There you go. Oh, good hands. Taken away by Lindsay. Just a reminder for you, we've got the boys game coming up after this. We've got a KSL Sports Rewind doubleheader for you here from Bountiful. Love schools that go doubleheaders. I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah. I'll be honest, as a coach, I was not.
Really?
Yeah. I liked just having like my night.
Okay.
Like with my girls. And
yeah.
But I do think that there's some fun that comes from the atmosphere of all of that, though. So.
See, and I feel like you can build it up, right, to where you can get like really good environments.
Sure.
But
especially if it's a rivalry like we talked about. Like
yes. That three offline, and that will do it for the third quarter. Bountiful, feeling comfortable as we head to the fourth frame. Start of the fourth quarter. Dane Stewart, Coach Sharon Mason. Point spread, we'll have a running clock here in the fourth. Coach, we were talking a little bit about this. How difficult is it to coach in a game like this where results kind of in hand?
Yeah, you know the outcome at this point.
Yep.
Right? And either side, no matter what team you are right now, I mean, honestly, it's about keeping your motivation through this fourth quarter. So if you're Viewmont, it's trying to whittle down the lead just one possession at a time and work on your improvements. And I think the same thing for Bountiful. But when you have a points differential that's that large, it's honestly hard on both ends.
Viewmont basketball, talk about what was a 26-4 third quarter scoring advantage for the Redhawks, and those 4 points for Viewmont all came from the free throw line. Bountiful defense has been that stingy tonight. Here is Mickelson. That's a tough three as the shot clock was winding down, and Bountiful with it here. Had clear possession, so will not rule that shot clock violation. And a timeout taken here for substitutions.
Bountiful has forced a lot of shots that way, though. A lot of it last minute at the as the shot clock winds down, or just kind of some of those tough shots that are contested. They've kind of forced that on the Viewmont offense.
So you have a little recognition here for Taylor.
Oh, look at this. Very cool.
How about that? In case you couldn't hear it, Taylor Harvey, 1,500 point club here at Bountiful High School. Talk about her career and how special it's been here at Bountiful. Multi-sport athlete, very accomplished volleyball player as well. So to be as good as she's been in multiple sports, you just don't see that very often, Coach.
It's so seldom now with all the club sports and all the things, all the different directions that kids are pulled in these days. You really don't see that very often. So that is impressive. Congratulations to her.
That's phenomenal.
That is great.
And, love Coach Burton taking a moment there, taking a timeout and saying, hey, let's recognize her in the game,
right now, yeah.
Super cool. So, Taylor, congratulations. Quite an accomplishment, quite a career, and has 2 state championship rings. Would love to make it a 3rd here this senior season, and we see how good this Bountiful team is tonight. They're well positioned to do it. Is on the run, and Viewmont, that's their first field goal since the 2nd quarter. Selenette able to score it. That pass knocked away.
Oh,
and offensive.
She wanted that bucket, unfortunately.
Yeah. And, I can even get that with how intense Bountiful's been. I mean, everything's just been up in them, right?
That pressure has just been right there.
I just want a little room to get a shot.
Let me shoot.
Yeah. I probably would have tried that up much earlier if it were me, just because I get frustrated easily.
It would have been the first quarter for me.
Yeah. That one taken away by Selenette. Excuse me, that was actually Mickelson with the steal. Inside, off the window, bucket good for Susan Lamb.
Two field goals for them now. That's good. Build on that momentum.
Viewmont now getting out on the run. How about that? Inside to Mickelson.
Great.
First points tonight for Mara.
As we said, a textbook. There's a textbook play right there.
Here's a 3. Nelson, no. Rebound to Viewmont. Peterson on the drive. And the foul there will send Callie Peterson here to the free throw line.
Loved how she drew the defense towards her on that left and then just crossed over to go into her right. That was a good move on her part.
Peterson here with it's coming up. Callie. Nelson sends up. Anna Larson. Up top. 3 just a touch strong. Nelson able to deflect that away. Good defense there. Nelson, baseline, good vision to get that right to the rim with Charlotte Johnson. Here's a 3 on the way. That one good for Mickelson.
Great shot for Mickelson. Hopefully building some confidence for her. She didn't have a great first half, but hopefully she'll leave this game knowing that she is a great player.
Well, I think a majority of that, I think a majority of the game, I think Harvey's been defending her. So that length of Harvey.
It's hard.
Hand in the vision.
In your face the whole time,
yeah. So she gets a little room there. You can see, she can square it up.
Yeah, she's a good shooter.
She can score, yeah. Substitutions here for Viewmont. As Bountiful getting there, bench some time. Viewmont now doing the same.
I think that's a good move, honestly, on both coaches' parts. Especially when you have a running clock, get your younger players just a few minutes on a varsity floor, varsity stage, help them build some confidence for the future.
Of course, we were talking about that and how much you appreciate having sophomore, JV, and varsity, the building of a program, right? And it's games like this, results known, but you have that opportunity to go play varsity against varsity competition.
And my coach in high school, he always used to say that one varsity minute is worth 3 JV games. And you really, it's just a bigger stage. It's bigger competition. It's just different.
Shot clock down to 7. Gold on the drive, running out of room, is fouled. This will be the second team foul on Bountiful. Reset the shot clock here for Viewmont. Big corner.
A lot of deflections on that play for Bountiful.
Kind of called on Viewmont. It's the unstrained fellow. Third team foul. Larson working over with Castleton inside. You can see how well coached this Bountiful group is because they're still able to find ways to get that ball to the rim and score.
And just their passes right there were right on the money.
3 there from Leighton won't go. Kept here by Birmingham. 3 just a touch short. Agnew trying to maintain possession. We'll get the arrows here. Will be Bountiful basketball. As we approach the final minute here of regulation.
Well, as you said earlier, Bountiful has kept that spread just the way that they have as they played in those other games against, was it Roy you said, and
Woods Cross.
Woods Cross. Oh, not Weaver.
Box Elder.
Oh, Box Elder.
Coach, we were making a remark at halftime how Bountiful used every minute of that halftime, and boy, did that turn out well for Coach Burton's squad. 26-4 third quarter. We're propelling them here at home.
They used that momentum that they had right at the end of that second quarter and just rode it all the way.
Yep. Seconds left on the shot clock as our game clock ticking down. Coach, give me your final thoughts, and we'll wait till the horn for the player of the game.
Okay. So as we talked about, I've been so impressed with Bountiful, both offensively and defensively. Defensively, their pressure and the way that they were able to create so many turnovers from the Viewmont offense, get so many deflections, it made it really hard for Viewmont. Offensively, I've been so impressed with how they transitioned very well and to get some early points, but then also how they utilize their good players. We talked about 3 players being in double digits. That's so hard to defend if you're Viewmont. So they're just looking really solid. And like we talked about, it's going to set them up real nice for coming into the 5A state tournament.
And your player of the game?
My player of the game is Satuala. That was a hard choice, and I have to be honest, because where we talked about with Harvey getting that award, she had an impressive third quarter, hitting back-to-back triple threes, I think, in that quarter, and just being one of the leading scorers of the game. I was really impressed with her. But I felt like Satuala, just all around, she rebounded really well. She could go hit that outside shot, that momentum that she had the end of the second quarter to hit that buzzer 3, just propelled her team to then go have a dynamite third quarter. So I was impressed with her on both ends of the floor. I thought she had a great game tonight.
I'll add Taylor Harvey onto that. And I know you are.
I know, right? Like
but I think her defense tonight on Mickelson was great. Her rebounding was fantastic.
It was.
A number of blocks as well. And a special night for her, eclipsing the 1,500-point club.
Yeah.
Team in scoring. Satwala and Harvey, they're going to be a problem for 5A.
They are, and they play really well together. I feel like they each have their strengths that really make Bountiful a great team.
And they're happy for each other's success.
They really
right?
are.
You don't see them taking
and
the
that's
ball
fun
from
to
each
see.
other. So, big night as Bountiful gets the win over their region rival. For Vince Francis, Coach Sharon Mason, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us as Bountiful getting the big win over Viewmont 62-28 on KSLSports.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.